Hi everyone, you're getting ready to go through the LEAD program and you're probably wondering what it's all about. We're sorry that we can't be there in person to welcome you and kind of kick this thing off, so we thought just a few words of encouragement and kind of what we've been through might help the whole process. So I wanted to ask Todd a few questions, and first one, Todd, what is this LEAD program and what role does it play in this leadership journey?
Yes, okay, the LEAD program is really foundational for the whole leadership journey that we have. That's why we're starting with it first. And really, to give it in a nutshell, it goes back to what we talked about already about the difference between two leaders is how they think. And so it really explores and gets into why do we think the things that we think, how do we think these things, and ultimately how do we change our thinking when confronted with a different paradigm or a new thought. So I can tell you it's been exhausting to go through, but the neurons are firing, and it's been great to learn different ways to think about things and approach different paradigms that way.
It sure is. Without maybe giving away any secrets, can you give them just a feel for some of the things you're learning so far? We've been through 4 of the 5 modules so far. So what kind of new thinking is it kind of making you have?
Yeah, I think it really goes into when I approach a situation, could be a conflict, could be a problem solving, could be just a person or people development discussion, realizing what I come into the discussions already with my paradigms and the way I think. It starts to put different ideas of ways to think about the situation that I hadn't thought of before. And so it's a very individual focused effort. I would say that a big thing to take away is how do I internalize these things? Before going into training, I never really thought about how do I have it become part of my DNA and new way of thinking. And being in the small group settings, being in the open group discussions, journaling, lots of things like that I wouldn't have normally done to internalize these new principles, as we're calling them, has really added a whole different level to me in what I'm taking away so far.
Yeah, absolutely. So a piece of advice maybe that I can give you is there will be times early on, maybe in Module 1, Module 2, or in both, where you just can't wrap your mind around something that we're hearing or learning.
Right.
And you might have the tendency to just say, nope, that can't be. And I would just say that is normal. I think everybody in our class has done that. So don't run away from that, actually run to that. Any kind of advice that you would give the group before they go through?
Yeah, I mean, just which is normal in any kind of participation in a training or leadership kind of program is come with an open mind. Be prepared to be challenged. Be prepared to open up and put everything you have into it, because we don't get time like this very often where we can spend time with our colleagues and peers in a deeper level thinking environment that clearly is all about the development of myself as a person, but also the future of the company in what we're doing. You know, with the whirlwind and the day-to-day and all the activities and the scramble that we have, to be able to shut that out for a while and get into a room and get into those discussions. Just take advantage, come with an open mind, come expecting to be challenged.
Yeah, well said. I've looked at this as a gift. I don't know that I maybe looked on the front end as this is a gift. I thought it was going to be a very different kind of leadership training that we would go through. But now after several days, a few weeks of going through this, and as Todd mentioned, internalizing what we're learning, I am now seeing that it's a gift. It's going to be gone before we know it. The program days, that is, and then the coaching to follow. But I just embrace it, grab onto it, learn from it. It's going to be it's probably going to shape the way we think the rest of our lives.
Yeah, and I'll say the other piece is hearing the discussions we're having in the small groups, but also even in the larger group, even already that we've had, multiple times where we branched off into how do we look at this even from an E&H standpoint, E&H issues maybe that we're dealing with. There are so many times already I've gotten goosebumps just from the kind of level of discussions and interaction we're having, and the light bulbs that are going off for myself and other people. I think it's so encouraging and uplifting to see, why we're having success. It's because of the people. And it just reinforces the kind of caliber people we have here.
Yes. So as you can see, it's not the typical training session. It's not the typical experience. It's not a program, as you'll hear Matt say multiple times. Enjoy it, and we look forward to learning with you on all of our journey.
Thank you.